Amen. Amen. I then simple or the moment is I may a cry Sunday we mention say BT apomudi. And apomudina maybe discuss I'm say a topic I normally na embassy betty cancer will be so better cancer, but unfortunately no. I be a part of us and you know I was saying na you and I say na baby film. Now the reason why I may pick is that the topic colorectal cancer. And they say lately I think saying I say Black Panther guy you were 43 years old, who cancer. Now cancer cause affected most of us. And that's as like Black people. So you can say African Americans, Africa for so you're part of it, not just because you figure an internal, but you're Africa for your Tihan Kwadi in as your parts because of the lifestyle, any be can why affect it. In intimate when me so with your addition. I'm say you can say cancer cry any day. In cancer. In an sounds in so yammy was she be pepe and untina you mono to say tissues near organs, terms niveau high, very high symmetry translate I'm sure saying night say tissues near organs now yammy so I should send the pepe and start with the different cells. Cells, I guess, and getting kitty because to say the ultra screen. I say, we imagine to say be circular to say the screen is Tina come together now. I say for money divide there. As what to me say be control no me as you say divide na grow normally. But sometimes cancer happen abroad. A divide not control beer must paint and no one say divided. Now if you so spread different parts and then you find cancer. Now your cancer what you say is breast cancer, maybe a head cancer, neck cancer, all these cancers. Be cells in the best statistics a grow uncontrollably. Into be colorectal cancer. Now colorectal cancer no say cells now a divided abnormally in your colon. And I say near rectum. And until me say that show the pictures about say na to me and who exactly I mean can I say me point I hope some who screen patch screen there right. Hello. Patch who screen now.
Yes, patch you who pa you of course.
All right. Inti me pointed to a colorectal cancer na American and no any say baby I may point in there. So loop way, and I say tube way, and you feel like I'm sure see at large intestines, and one your friend or sa colon. Now we know your liver, who did your liver now yam stomach, they be a stomach, now gallbladder, now face, pancreas, new her baby. Into way know you're small now, so long tube around small intestine, which is like the long intestinal, and then an American wants to say. So our cells need divided abnormally within we no be baby see if I win one baby see I see hanum so na rectum no. I see hanum na no colorectal cancer na may be discussed no. Now to me a divide to me abnormal growth initially maybe we had into cancer yet and only a friend of polyp. See, no, baby, no, you to me detecting it earlier. I very good because we detecting it earlier. Or to me a free or Emma. And I say, Shanna when one could screen and in a discuss about, but I hear one could screen and detecting it earlier. And then it's me calling man up for yes, cancers and that's how cancer cells. To be to be in a colon cancer, will be in a rectal cancer, yes, within a long way, large intestine, empty food. Na chiaba be say little a bit free ebeba amaya kon ti eno na ene discussing na enyema ye beka hwasem no mema statistics ne your symptoms causes ne de no na ma describe no say how a cause there's no actual cause of cancer but we know how it happen with the cells no it grow abnormally and risk factors dear crana my nya sa nyama and preventative between and my fine say better treatment near now so I come home. Now make statistics and the statistics net egg back say yeah about in a baby dear about Toya Jumami who the and I said, bringing awareness. The Intia was here really pay attention to this. And I know some among all these other health issues they have now. We also see another important year was here pay attention to, but because we know Afriyie, and not only you say idea you detected earlier, treatment options in the doors. And that sometimes survival rate is so higher, depending on what time I detect it. And in statistics, which I say, so among all the cancers that we are seeing now, we need the third most common cancer. And then also the fourth, it's also a 9-year also death. Many people we are seeing. They are mostly compared to a man, but still the rates are very high. The buyer to for African Americans say, but we like I said, so the buyer cry now, you cry a more cry and I say worse because they are 20% more likely to develop colorectal cancer, and yes, I have 40% more likely to die from it. So which is something you know what's here really think about, and mostly it's to affect your men the most African American males. If you want to photos me, you know, Hispanics for and do Asia for and I say Pacific Islanders. See, this year, so more estimate here new cases for this year alone in both sexes, like a man and women nation, in 151,030. 106, and I say almost 107 a year about a year for colon cancer alone. 44,850 a year for rectal cancer alone, just in this estimation. Now, in your lifetime risk, which is or risk, say in this one, it says that 1 in 23 men. Let's say take it a man 23. You have one or the colon cancer and also colorectal cancer, and about man so 1 in 25. That's all colorectal cancer. Now this year, and so mortality, expected rate, so I think it's about 50 something thousand, like 52,580,000, and I expected so move from this, at least the new cases, and I saw more and more already, which is statistics. Very a year was said. And my junior who did the money and Yama and air cause this particular disease. Now this is some of the signs and symptoms. I remember when who say, maybe an answer a prompt to also called Dr. Hall. Now the idea can say one casa winning say one casa winning the Biamika winning him. What to say being Kosuya. Go to your doctor always. When I say I want to ask your call Dr. Honeycobusan and finding out how you could solve that. But when it comes to colorectal unit, common symptoms are a bini your bowel habits. But say you see bathroom, your toilet, to say all of a sudden when your diarrhea, and I said constipation all the time, and I said the way I would see corner. Toilet and I said you. I said, me say what empty we mean. I say, yeah, now I said, like I said, no, why we need home to be bisano. Now call doctor, and I said, call toilet. I will say moja be able. Moja our toilet man is not just say you want to moja red blood be toilet. There's also say yeah or toilet and I say to say be toilet no. Don't say I get dark and I say I tun. And I said, crying to the toilet and I change color be a woe and your normal for you. And none of your cause for consent, there was so called a no Dr. Echo Casa. And I feel so. They be now yoya. I said cramps, gas, pains. They be out to keep a drain. Yes, and they be no Nina also Konako check home. Or I also feel weak. And also so you need to go and see your doctor. And I said, lose weight. Wow, on exercise. Wow, did you say you did your BBR no my bad? Oh, yeah, they are still I never lose weight. Nina, your concern. And you will be said your uncle phobia so more already genetics or my inherit TBB like syndrome. Be a friend. I'm not gonna pronounce it, but FAP. I am someone and I say Lynch syndrome. And no, yeah, genetics a year or harder than those people. No, they have already been diagnosed with it, so they will know almost answers or more. Increased risk of getting this and I said developing this colorectal cancer and into like I said, BBN kosone and juma any cancer patients juma. Anybody could tell you, say, some people are more banal. Sometimes we don't need any symptoms at all. If you cry over BB ne copy ne cancer or cancer. And I say, we need and now, and I say, cough, say, granny, you big, you tell you be attack of a make sure, say, you go and see your doctor. Another risk factors, and I say, idea, yen change to me, increase a developing colorectal the decline age. So right now, no, the cases happen more 45 and younger actually. Into the recommendation, you can say we did at least 45 now. Also, we started doctor start the screening. I said we started asam account. And we happen 45 and a increase affect young people all the time. And the second thing, and so is family history, and also a risk factor. Or parents, and I say was sibling be and you be that no say you increase risk. Risk near who I just say all risk in the crowd times 2. Now you'll be our siblings, or parents, 3 or more people and you be or family more. You need to be very, very concerned. And then to also now go home doctor. And I feel so diet, you do yeah, just for this cancer issues, but several health high meat. Limit and category, and say limit and try so much. And a high calorie food meat so red meat, processed meat, it's a hot dogs, all these sausages, in meat are any healthy. And also high calorie diets. And I said Johnny rich in fat. And a fiber is a big deal. It was colorectal cancer. Fiber, what a Gianimo and then ma say like a sunny man. I say my bathroom conye easier. Until also dear Gianni usually fiber to say fruits and vegetables a warm. I bet me a sunny yama and you say chinchim said you call toilet chim and I say. Oh yeah, but also they be a normal bowel movement. One cause out to say way normal fiber also included in our diet. And when it comes to meat plan, and I said Johnny the way me and maybe I percent rich near the one be bringing it time my name baby I was here share who you. And a basso comorbidities because the comorbidities are to say when it comes to colorectal cancer now. Say high blood levels of insulin. Insulin, diabetes, and also increased risk. And more GI inflammation, and I say to say there's a stomach ulcer and it's a Crohn's disease because our stomach disease is disease and my toilet that's a diarrhea and I say constipated and I say gas pains. So those increase your risk. And of course, behaviors like alcohol needs smoking the say and more baby anywhere health as far as health issues no alcohol, no smoking, and also risk factor and physical inactivity. Exercise. I know you follow short in it, but there was a try because at the same time, a risk factor because obesity, a problem, health issues. When I be say radiation therapy to cancer, and only whereby more many cancer than maybe when you baby for now or radiation or stomach cancer into already you call radiation. So radiation requires sometimes it to me increasing risk. I could affect the nearby tissues, which is like the colon and increased risk. And now we other factors are sometimes increase risk. And so see when I say politics, and when it comes to insurance coverage, so you find out insurance coverages, sometimes and cover to say me can be mentioned polyps, which is the abnormal growth. And I say cells and it start to say a divide. Sometimes you say divide and a cancerous. It started with the polyp, no. So our polyp, no. So more court na so more yo test na so more polyp na. sometimes you now also remove. So remove now at that time now your friend is screening your friend diagnostic. And sometimes I don't know be an issue not insurance and per se cover into which causes a problem. So I don't know your whereby some people know increase the risk of not actually complying with any amount or some prevent cancer. And of course, socially, only family support. Sometimes I know so influence with decisions to be about and maybe say screening in your mouth, even positive beliefs or what about just health matters in general. And I said your education lower. Of course, and I say sometimes you just not informed about sad diseases now. So a risk factors. And about to say at if I say there's something called medical mistrust or researchers for who say that's one of the risks. That's why I say obviously because of the past you to say discrimination and some disparities at what healthcare sometimes you feeling like develop some medical mistrust be in either say with the physicians and now say even in the whole medical system or the facility and also to me by increased risk and follow up with appointments name is screening and environmentally so sometimes because of poverty and access to healthy foods, and we tend to buy those, fat rich, high meat, the cheap foods, which also am a risk, echo a strawberry breed. I feel so be about prevention. When it comes to prevention now, the most important one is screening. Screening, when it comes to, when I say screening, I mean say, she share what cancer, and I say, she symptoms, mean can be what symptoms, what symptoms there, hopefully or normally you will just go, but even without symptoms, also we should go and get screened. The screening the procedures, say screening started at 45, and then I say affect younger. And the earlier you go, and hopefully the thing said the earlier you go, sometimes insurance won't cover, about 45 and above. You need to go get screened because it is the most powerful tool. And I'll get this screening, like I said, easy, and I say to me detect polyps early. To me remove free or abra colorectal cancer. So it's a very important set in screening. And I also know how are you going to screen? And I say how to screen. Always talk to your doctor. The doctor need to me know I decided there's different types of screening, but based on your health issues and in your mind, it could be brain. Or no doctor ekasa or no to me show more of screening crown here. In the screening, it's more like either the first one, stool-based test, and you Akua, and so as a visual, more visual testing. Because it's stool-based test now, and no yet where I use to say or toilets now you start testing, and no one kasa crowd to me at home, so quite usually more the kids never mount. While be collected stool sample fee. Now more just a moja stool man as a moja was a toilet anymore. And no if more be fit test. And no what's now say who collecting stool now would be good to now I send it to the doctor and I say no more. And a second one so more like we say why a card be a hospital in the home. But so what's the demo of the they will tell you, well, collect with stool sample now. You just what they put in a yard crabby, a card, so. But I know you see some liquid being able to determine. You know, and I said, they come out, Dr. Moore, they will do it. And another one says stool DNA test, and I think there's something called color guard. I don't know, it's so useful. I don't know, check DNA like cell, make so cancer cells, and they say there are some DNA mutations, and I say changes, but in my cells anymore, they will be able to see it or toilet. And at the same time, so a check it, moja, or toilet. And also a very good. Now, sir, testing, yearly. I'm trying to green wahana. It is a fit test yearly. Which me you'll be any other signs, and everything was normal. Or call first time you're normal, you just mark it down yearly. Why I can also so yearly. I think this 2 DNA, and I think it's every 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. The next one, the most important one is the colonoscopy. I'm sure saying Nayati colonoscopy. I know they're very invasive. So because invasive, say maybe I know no inside and no just all quality stool sample now but then they said that the tube be area said with two and say with the camera near share colon initially me they told so no how long tube and they share the whole long tube me na I say ABS some abnormalities because of our polyp new grow and as a cancer cells to be a grow more and no every 10 years but every 10 years I know whereby I be okay when you any other risk factors be and no every 10 years no so more to me biopsy na just more common now to me take some sample of it no more say a cancerous and no come to me determine stage and this animal. So your polyps as well, like I said, need to remove right then. And now move we say CT. CT is also a CAT scan. I know the CAT scan, a CAT scan of the colon and rectum. I don't know invasive, so I don't know the DBB echo round. And also every 5 years. And at the last one, also a flexible sigmoidoscopy. And I know you're similar to colonoscopy, but the thing is that we ensure the whole long tube, ensure some portion of the tube where it's called sigmoid, like towards the end. Into a hockey can actually, you're good all right, but it's fairly new. You're all right, but I need the recommendation. You're more like colonoscopy. I think the colonoscopy is the best screening test for colorectal cancer. And we need to get screened. Also, you're going on lifestyle modification. And young person, so you bet to me, I bet to me, I reduce your risk. It being said diet. Said me can I was here eating vegetables, fruits, whole grains. You know, fiber and you're eating less red meat. They sell beef, SD4, they say and pork and tea. I assume no pork and a lamb and processed meats, hot dogs, sausages, I was here limited animal. And of course, exercising. Yeah, exercise, being active. Exercise, not just, lifting weights, but, just walking, crying. Or you're active in some ways. And your weights, not your problem. But I was say try to control your weights. Yeah, within, your normal kind of within our own baseline. And of course, alcohol and smoking. Yeah. And I was to say cut diet. I said, yeah, share a location. Alaska. Alaska is one of the places that award the most diagnosed cancers. And I'm sure I think that they have some tribe, they did the research. No more research, no more finding out to say. Use stool samples from Africa, people living in Africa. I don't know which part of Africa there, but say Africans living in Africa. Use stool sample comparing people here. What they noticed instead, they didn't find the same diet had some association with this colorectal cancer. So it's very important to say your diet, you pay attention to it because some bacteria you're finding in that stool and I say in their guts, they were different from from people from here. Treatments, God forbid, say you have to go through this and now say you're diagnosed with colorectal cancer. Some of the treatments of course initially say to me detecting it earlier again like I said in screening now to me surgery a remove or more BBC ablation and as embolization or use some waves to be kill those cancer cells and a radiation therapy. and also so and also so we use to as a high energy X-ray waves be a cancer cells and like chemotherapy. I'm saying chemotherapy, they are familiar with it. It's like medication I give you through your IV, and I say via tube where when orally, and I will be say immunotherapy, and also so omutini MR medications. I know immune response and I better restore, and I said I better strengthen our immune response to these cancer cells. And it is a targeted therapy, and also so targeted cancer cells, and then also your medications they give maybe through IV, and it goes through that. Maybe baby, and I mean also resources available. There's so many resources available in case you need screening. Of course, the first thing is to ensure talk to your doctor. Or tell your doctor, even if you can't get to it with transportation wise or whatever this issue is, the social workers are mobile to me. I find resources to help you get to where you need to get the screening. And there's also, and I want me, and doctor from Kasa, want me from insurance crowd, they'll find you ways to get to it. And there's also screening support program. Colorectal Cancer Alliance is like association. We more provide low and I say no cost screenings like colonoscopy. So they're place to reach them if we reach or more helpline. I think it's a helpline. They are talking on the number, but don't call on the internet. You can actually find them. And almost have partner with this cont'd and Black Health. More creative screening fund for eligible Black individuals. Just for Black people alone, there's just support for that. So we all need to reach out and get screened and screen. And then some of the questions, maybe I will be able to talk more about it and figure out some ways. But just so you questions we are now saying contributions.
Sister Quaid, I was saying, when someone one more quite rather fast, so now without the sun, Kunny Abre. I don't know, my maiden and Westy, a Benis would do a same with some webia, a quanda or between the Abafisa or Brebebre, nothing what you me at Yassi, Madam Master. Okay, I can't have mommy.
And Michelle's. Yes. Until the line at Katiana.
I know, sir, well, Ocasanamo, Minima, Sabasha.
I've heard about sister. We share in a movie was to say hard over. Now, the Yankee think it, natural say, what problem? Anything I'm beside say. So we need we be Yankee think it more. One kind of Yankee think it into say. A official. Why in bank think it, Yana? The William Busasa doesn't be sad because yes, I didn't be. It didn't be active. The median never see it.
But okay, but let me clarify a question. But so Ubisa say, saying we go toilet or toilet no 124 no toilet nearby in Kitwana compared to.
I'm talking Bisa.
I told you no bet me a boy, no dear me. Share that note to say, I think said you will be dini how about party no and never cause me. But I could imagine so year old died to me. I cause I will be a woolly dear and I say, yeah. That's most yeah.
Yes.
Age, has nothing to do with your bowel movement sizes, no?
Yeah.
a proper bowel movement, you know. And say a good size, medium size, say a big cray good because that means to say would be enough fiber. It's a pure waste in to me back. If it's a and fiancé, pencil shape, hot dog shape anyway, no. Let fiber, dear, no, questionable. And then that sister queer can say, yes, pay attention to your bowel movement, pa. If you say it's nasty, say, what call toilet you now wash it. Ubu be our share. Now, but I say to me, pay attention near her size, the color, not yet to me, to 20 and who say, I didn't say, na fedi, you say, not a hen a who say, be cosso. But about a good bowel movement should be a very nice formed size. And say yes, we need a no just say or rectum and so air shrink it there be. What I can meet me there one.
Oh, and then me call you a next woman say. Coco, we are feeling the ball for Coco, no, a dear, and mini polish, no more, a can Coco Bono. I don't know, so the answer, minimum day.
Okobon.
A prolapse of a bowels.
I don't like come me, showing and not me, no beer. Me call a yak as if what is then. We will go back to my house in Yanubia, Minibisa. We yes, and we so sad, and said, and yet to say, a hard dog with the baby. A telebia. But as soon as the end said, a busy I am, and the television, yeah, me who, the Pia could be a remedy and some of us, and they didn't be a yes, I didn't. The new can success. What is the Mamma Tiasi?
You will say a normal with you, then it's normal.
And then I come here, and then I'm a big man.
The ocean change big bell movement no more. And I just say, what's going on here? But with you, no, say walk and it's been normal that way. You know, maybe that's how it is for you.
That's how it is, yeah. And I make and say, also, why wouldn't you body? Why now wouldn't you? Maybe just because maybe I am mass statistics, and I say, and maybe just say, apply to be most people into in the way our toilet situation here. Saying, your life and your toilet is so and then and on the normally into anything new, but almost a changes to be all of a sudden, and so soon I feel a baby, I don't know your friends say a different change, and on to. I said, no, doctor, casa about it. But okay, normal with 2 9 years.
The person I didn't know, you acquire and no visitor, and Cassie and fire toilet to a moment. I didn't hear. It is a bit quite me with some more.
Okay, makes me a bit over someone because I call your toilet in the one.
There be the better, I don't know, find kind of way home.
Oh, say, and I'm going to say, depending on what is to know, doctor can no chest will be a yes, toilet.
Okay.
And I usually cry and a guy cannot, you know, and no, you'll be a move you say to be about buy a complaint to if you saw call toilet and the toilet near dark be no cry on your show. No crano, so to me call toilet, of course, the doctor and the right away. But who say, and yeah, if you go to me, I'll go to me this a card and I'm a Sabia Befie, Nagunya, Unya sample now. But not just a situation is different, but we know the mechanic available test and walk on my different tests. So non just will be every test.
Okay, me that's a pa. Yeah. Person besides stand back. Where the moon see you. Yeah, what Ghana no? Yeah, confirm me. I'm in Susundu. I don't think I had it. A billy Corinna, and Johnson in the Queen. When you man. No,
and so make me now, but very common.
Oh, okay.
And yet, And very common. Some say you are ready one to take the other figure, but it says that you couple run a second. I don't just say in the home. But I don't want to figure being about him. And you're very common.
And don't you go we couldn't. You would throw. I had a very I'm back. That's it. I mean,
nothing.
Yo, and you have such a question for an answer more. So do be on camera and try to make the answer.
Yeah, so Akua, yeah, do as baby. Now, as a bisa say personal and I say general because until so for time now so I was so about consultation. Now when now we and say private now okay anyway.
Running now so my here yes you will be free maybe
okay. Now me my same bisa ni say yes we call him to say me now Mr. T colonoscopy now 50 years and no yes 5 years be a mini colonoscopy my premiums and now the urban me call me last a physical doctor beside see my no bed 2-3 years ago now also opesa obey biwana and I'm say here say me biwana say also we here so baby and I'm okay Mati na me pa cho say okasa na say if you as me do owo borderline it me here say me colonoscopy na say me in the 70s no say obi here so be colonoscopy no my say I don't know
but my question I say I think say the recommended age or my up to I think it's 75 or so. I think after that no Dr. Bekasa and when you recommended you say teaching was away to know to say the all can no Dr. Bekasa now Dr. Charles says what's away yeah na say on ye but I don't know I think a doctor no me provider though but I think say they weigh out maybe your other health factors be why say woman here say yeah so yeah but say who here I think say they I think for a doctor to say who here no maybe I know you don't really need it but any obasa catch us say we concerned be any time be you know I'm saying that they way but me say it's the recommended age by CDC near that is up to 75 or 76 because the way especially colorectal or normal would say affected that 45 and younger nowadays it is becoming younger and younger until as that age you're not like an increased risk to get that especially be aware multiple times maybe it was a normal test normal results unless there's a consent to do it
okay
and also all this all this testing here other aside they costly into some of us say age be no at risk or higher risk they won't offer so much if everything is okay but what did they say guys health wise into limit into I'm sure say every 76 or 76 and above person behind unless say they need to do it because besides everything else na say who here is also costly in my opinion yeah
me second me that's miss my sembi say to me say my sembi say to me say obi enya edi aduane bi te say obi oye vegetarian ana vegan me say obi ono to me eco bathroom and now you should or toilet praying baby a chain obia orina. It's a chess obia orina bia a fu your fumuno. And then to me pro.
It's your podcast.
A chain obia orina. Na Dr. Biso yen church say. So to me call baby so ebi an answer be to me call back crana. Let's say a normal partner and Obiso said that could be a bit me call back one and mean it will me no pacho obi or tanwa or very now near the no akonasa or baby swap just obi so bad. Any so be a record the beard recommendation and it's a recommendation na say ye didn't really be a bit me a my echo dress on tentem and I say will be a conan son and then 99 beard let's say with me corner senior or beconwa or mra and no yana.
But see the keyword nene obekwa ombre ho and we are very important. Such training on the no. Inti se wo corner 4 days so corner every day. Ini say a year a kwa o chim say what's which is a good cry at all. Now I feel so when I ka say obia budget na make us obia is different. Inti ebi mo hormone ko toilet every day. Normal, but I told you when I say who did but on call toilet for days for 2 days, 3 days and then I just say and it shouldn't be so we need na on call toilet for 2 or 3 days obviously we need the who expect it's all about toilet baby but who did baby now we nam baby who do we they on call toilet for days I don't think say a normal a year or so also show now share the dinner the dinner who did dinner fiber no or you did vegetables now who did we now did the right healthy foods now I fiber expectation is I will be call every day but we need enough fiber we and now did be a half beer on expectation will be call every day but I don't just say it's also abnormal but what did they make I don't know so what did they make and I say now depends on a journey cried near my air call and anyhow much air call. Maybe will be very number to I know no one really be a kit way in one got toilet is okay. But what did the big meals need a 1 or 2 days, 3 days on call toilet? I think I will cry won't feel all right. A bedroom by then no be our crowd of no one I said we fighting. There will be something showing you say. And you're okay, so on call toilet, but when you need demo, you're okay now. On call toilet, and you're too much. One should then be on call toilets 1 day. I think say it's all right. And it depends. Will be a some medications. We do out that's why we depend baby into constipation. Nina depending on the journey. But I don't think say how often I will call. And it matters so much. Said Jani echo and echo and no, and it's a own strain, you know.
Medawasi baby.
Macho, Mammy, I was so. Mammy Ivy, Nessa was so. Okay.
So, me Pacho, no question back.
Pacho, Mammy Ivy, I'm son and Nessa was so. You're ready, dear.
Oh, okay, open your medals to me. Sorry, na me muting I take care that say. Na me Penny Odi kind kasa and now kasa or bisa about age for colonoscopy screening no. So I'm saying yeah, so but not then make can say said na all can. For every screening no it's just recommendations, but depending on your risk factors. Say you'll be at 30 years and not 20 years or be a colonoscopy because if you're a very strong family history of colon cancer no and that's on one cancer medical history be or why probably say or say any colonoscopy and now will be so you're 80 something years a woman say a bad recommended age for colonoscopy
but it be a nyama be a so bleedy symptoms be a very common say bit me about colon cancer it be quite a treating. But if we know say a known colon cancer being a work contina start symptoms never, then a bell warrant guarantee say and a bell warranty say what say no colonoscopy screening no. And to screening no we guidelines somebody am I for us to know. Now we'll call doctor how wait me I can say oh Medi 50 and now Medi 45 make me a colonoscopy and now make me a screening for colon cancer. And to depending on risk factors, new age, doctor libet me I recommend this a way near bay, not necessarily colonoscopy in itself. And opening second one I know can say be a worried number and ask a point how often I see a movie about BBR no said they can recommended and I say ideal. And no interest in I bet me I the same because in I body income. But the year can say at least I was say every day with me movie bowels. Say ya wo no wo call wo movie bowels twice 2 times a week. Me assure said there's something going on. I am find it out the entire. And I say ya and say ya DD part and then papa. Obi bet me a vegetarian and they say ebia within a white rice but this stew now when nakusuato so was me a vegetarian and no interest will go bowels by a better than will be a warren in them maybe a warren a broccoli be a home and so take away me person me 5 free anti-aquarium said and all can say high fiber diet here very important. Now yeah no me you said they recommend your mind and as I said your medical condition obey me tolerate it. Now yes training. So we'll call toilet twice every other day, which is once we'll call and then I just said Tuesday now how is that like? What's me empty enough? And now I said so BB or where was say Saba. Ain't in the pattern that was saying our toilet and I say 6 years BB very different for you because I said Nipano because Sunday Sunday were hot to guide us. But no ain't me and stress say you and I the same thing. Okay, into medicine, Pacho.
Medicine.
Your opinion, I feel the question number. Opinion, Alfred Akua, why ready now? All right. So you're ready. So be a question, and I said, will be a member no quite or the other.
Yeah, me Pacho, so be a Maya. Maybe some my question back could be.
Okay.
Pacho, so be a what, sir? I bag now on the bone, Chimono, to say the Ebia. And to me, and call a Diaso, send me a Sabio be a bit me a corner on the a BB a bon ne hona a the Sabiano a commoa. Na a note says ne sono and a eddy from Subia Bemo, and I say a ne anosno and a quanesi. I know to want to me enjoy and I. My same besamo.
But I think say they all kind a colostomy bag like a the bag a ball I said the toilet ni bigumana.
Pacho Annie and one may be so.
Oh, okay. It was such as said a DNT na be omunya colostomy bag na say but the question
some person be say obia or was her bag no be a born in chimwa. It says to me call a codraso now ujani nine na so on the bag na bohon HSA na dia a quine one ne tone esi and I say ne no na emu esi etina on the into a free year from one akọ sa bag mana.
I'm about to so be obey me about, but I don't say more tono and I say be na to boys because of more issue to say can't the discuss here no. And to say ask me near to bomb me so my diverted baby I say them consent can form more tona no more the alpha baby for say MPP honom. Into of course, maybe a honor no be omukoye surgery, be block or honor na say intimi for some weird reason. Say be intimi nko honor my the different reasons and to me divert no. Yes, I say be fan a tunnel na fa bia baby was a fan aba ama a toilet no every honor na ban. Because colorectal cancer na issue no e cause so near be brave like effect na e dose. So they may say honor a baby ya. Me could say I guess you could say I don't want to say a block because it will be more on my two. Yeah, more ostomy all right, but more tunnel to me still so. Sabi what I mentioned it to me so until you say yeah completely block. But yeah, and yeah, also because of the cancer and internet. They will say yeah, therefore honor now and yet the right entity. No my diabetes loop no and I saw my catibia. Sad the children. My diabetes baby, I was a faba. They say, oh, for bag and a home. But what did they can I say?
Smoking.
Hello? I say, you know,
4 minutes to 6.
So unya cancer ewo colon say by the small intestine area hana say the larger intestine no na oma yesa we no loop no na opening no na abefa wo abdomen na ya ma bag no most times na ya na rectal cancer. You know, they resting your rectum, no, because honor I infected, cancer, no, me equity bowels, no, and I say be irritating, no, into not on my start to rest the rectum, no, and I said, colon not so a baby, in 15 and I say 2 and I say wherever, no, so no, it be honor omo katibi, now on my correct be a baby cancer, no more baby cancer, no one. Omo be twitwa ensuno ni bi no omo de ebiatisi ani nti eno no sa no omo mpese passage no enye te se de nyankopon ye no chima ba ho nti no omo yesa na arrest the whole colon no. In some cases no ebinom de etimi heali na yasan na yasan aye colon bowel movement, but unfortunately ebinom de ne de for the rest of my life. Just to, correct that,
Madam Asipa, now my question back one, Asana.
It's not say they are completely blocked in internet.
Madam Asipa, now we one idea now. Ebia, when you say me that for so, who here say be a bebos, never so Mr. Moka, and I'm saying at the 20. Gay men, a Kenya, Saya, Mokayana.
Maybe Shemuni, man who baby a car say, gay men, maybe I mean a man such a man who baby a car say statistics na me reading say they are gay men a higher risk for this disease, and the men mostly any the African Americans, any males are the highest risk. But as far as like sexual orientation, maybe I should look into it, but I didn't come across anything that says that. I can look into it. I mean, the truth is I honestly so tend to see that in the hospitals, but I'm not sure say because of that in Tiana, but usually so almost I mean so almost African American males. I'm a little on the mention into me say because of the sexual orientation in Tiana, some African Americans. Oh, but I didn't come across that. But
me say one or two instances here, and should that almost sexual oriented and I said preferences and cause cancer, but almost activity no more Emma almost sebe almost rectum hono.
The sphincter and it becomes
it's me losing up. You say be a sebe and can't draw so no ya near the elastic tumono. Not to say the elastic no more channel. Ain't no hono to me lose. Ain't I know lose elasticity because of more activities, but and cause cancer.
Because of I didn't come my schedule will be sad, but the thing is that I usually see that, but I almost also yet in 240. Meaning say like 2 factors coming into one. Meaning say what's really causing it, say they are being the highest risk, and I guess they have both risks, if you could say but my schedule don't come across a with sexual orientation say that, but I could see the sister Cynthia can rectum, however it is on a whole looser a possibility.
Madam I rest my case.
Okay.
Yo, and
let clarify maybe
yo, it was over the morning asset. Now, sister, maybe some last questions. You do the 4th question. I could be say signs and symptoms. No, can be say it really be able to me dictate to say be Afriyie nipa 40,000 unless more or less than that. How did you guys found out? Say nipa say they do, and then person be said that.
I know questions who should mind cry about say, oh, how can you estimate this? How can you estimate? But in your estimation, I know not interest say so be any will be do. I know not interest so many people do. But where you're based on and disease it's been around for a long time. And from that, research and they've been doing it. They could use that to like make estimations. And in not just disease, every disease to say, yeah, COVID, how many people probably die from it, how many people do this. These are all estimations. Because of previous previous work and I said previous situations, cases are happening, they are able to estimate it, but I don't know yet set in stone. And I said, we know yet, ideally, and I said, we just like a landmark be but I don't just say chinchina. But the thing is that most of the times the predictions and I said estimation is almost accurate, or should I say, they can stand on it. I would say from previous works and I say cases almost steady somewhere year from a long time every year it happens. They use it to do their calculations. I assume. But I hope some
Madam sister. Why answer question Madam say yeah Brenason. My name so be person be say be question quick no quite. Yes, the addition be seen afino. Yeah, my sister queer quite more than the final thought about afino. Yeah, bomba extra so. Okay, sister Corinna, mama kwana afino wo do final thought about na we are a jadam patch mess on our bomba extra na.
Okay. I think my closing statement and I say my final thought and I say colorectal cancer say you detecting it earlier are preventable. And I say treatment options in it also. And into me suggestion as I encourage you say especially affect the most African Americans or Black people, especially a man, to go get screened. And I said talk to your doctor to see options. And I said I was to me I prevent it. Yes, young science in your daily lives and you try so hard. Say you be near my DDM, especially include fiber. No say boy no. My name yet to me I prevent it. You're active. You bet me I prevent it. I feel so there are different sure there are different programs and as initiatives I will honor now. To me, I get to your screen and also to me a boy in any ways be limited into me and for screening. There's so many ways and reaching out to their doctors, to any provider or to friends and be more in health field that they can help you. Let's all do that and try see reduce the risk.